Welcome back to Object First Ootbi, box to backup in 15 minutes. My name's Matt Price, Manager of Enablement here at Object First, and I'm joined by Anthony Cusimano, our Director of Technical Product Marketing. In the last episode, we wrapped up with configuring the text user interface of the Ootbi appliance. In this episode, we're going to show you guys exactly how easy it is to get started in the web interface in order to bring Ootbi into the Veeam ecosystem. So Anthony, what are we looking at on this screen?
So we are looking at our login page to get into our Object First Ootbi WebUI. Now, everything you need to get to this point, you saw in the previous video within the text user interface, the address, the username, password, all of that was set and ready in that video. So now we're simply going to log in and take a look at what our dashboard has to show us. Now, I want to make a quick call out here because we're going to start inside of a tutorial from our Object First WebUI to create an S3 key. But just in case you've never interfaced with object storage before, I want to quickly walk you through the differences between object storage and something like traditional file or block. Now, S3 keys and S3 buckets are going to be the terminology you hear quite often when it comes to object storage. And you can think of an S3 key as a username and password to access the storage. The buckets, those are like your files or folders. They're just logical places where you're able to put your data. We're going to need both of these things to be able to connect our Ootbi cluster to Veeam in the next video. So let's go ahead and create a key.
Right on, Anthony. And what's really nice about the web interface is notice how the screen darkens and it guides you exactly where you need to go to build out the key and buckets that you need to configure. So the first step, like Anthony mentioned, is we need to create the keys. So you'll simply hit Create Key. You can give it a descriptive name if you like for an identifier. And once you click Create Key, it'll give you the box to go ahead and do that. We're going to call our key Ootbi. Now, once that key is generated, the next step is going to take you over to build your bucket. Now you can see there that the S3 key name has been created along with the access key ID, and we'll use those later once we get into Veeam. But for now, let's head over and create the S3 bucket. Now, once again, here you can be as creative as you like with the naming convention, although there are some requirements that are listed there in the dialog box. And Anthony, what is this I see about enable versioning?
Yes, so versioning is a feature of S3 object storage that specifically allows us to take advantage of S3 object lock. That is also what gives us the ability to say that we are immutable out of the box with Ootbi. Now, we want to keep this checkbox checked because that means that our backups that we write from Veeam to Ootbi will be immutable for however long we set in the next video. But if we wanted to, let's say for test dev purposes, and we wanted to have some unimmutable storage, we could uncheck that box and then we'd have the ability to delete data from within our S3 connection.
Right on. And as long as you've got the name typed in that matches the convention, you'll see all of those parameters are green, then you can simply hit create and that will build your new bucket. And honestly, from that perspective, we're done inside the web interface. So you simply log on, you create your S3 keys, you create your S3 buckets, and then you're ready to go over into the Veeam ecosystem and bring Ootbi in so that you can start writing backup data to it. And as a final step in this guided tour, you're going to end up on the dashboard, which shows you that single service point that you'll need to copy and add into the Veeam ecosystem to start writing that backup data. So thanks so much for stopping by and checking out this episode in the Box to Backup playlist. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow us, and we'll see you on the next episode. Thanks so much.